Hello there. Welcome to the basement. The new AHSOKA trailer has dropped, and it is magnificent, and we are going to go over it together. But before we do that, please go ahead and tap that thumbs up button. While you're at it, go ahead and tap that subscribe button too, so you know anytime I drop a new piece of content. But all that being said, here we go.
One must destroy in order to create. We are no Jedi.
Okay, so obviously we had the usual first scene with a ship coming overhead, which is just classic Star Wars. And then we had Balin and Shin. Just wherever they're attacking that ship, they're getting down, and they are obviously very much dark side users. Balin obviously has power. He's a badass. Let us continue. I love the new color.
I started hearing whispers of Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire.
What happens when we find Thrawn?
Power, such as you've never dreamed.
Okay, so what we thought was the world between worlds when the first trailer came out and some footage is obviously that map room, which I'm guessing is a route to the New Beyond where Thrawn is.
I've spent most of my life fighting a war. That's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one.
Oh, they kept the same Mon Mothma and everything. Here's out there doing stuff. I'm so glad we're getting Rebels characters in this. I love Chopper.
You and I both know who could help you with this.
She's still just as stubborn as ever.
And there is Sabine. I mean, we know from the end of Rebels that those two had history. Ahsoka was teaching her how to use a lightsaber, all kinds of fun stuff like that. So let's see how they're going to deal with it.
I bet your master found you difficult at times.
Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine.
You never made things easy for me, Master.
Okay. At least to this point, we know Sabine is not a Force user. I'm going to go ahead and assume from this that she's calling her master because Ahsoka was teaching her whatever she could that did not require Force abilities to do, which would still make her her master, regardless of whether or not she's a full-on Force-using Padawan.
As a Jedi, sometimes you have to make the decision no one else can. But I'm counting on you to see this through.
Nice haircut.
Alright, so it looks like Sabine's about to get down to business. And that was cool that we saw Ezra in a hologram, but are we actually going to see him live, or are they just going to tease him the whole time? I'm starting to wonder.
Sometimes we have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings.
Alright, so we definitely getting some space battles. That's very, very cool.
Buckle up.
If we don't stop Thrawn, everything will be in...
Dude looks good. And let us not forget, this is the guy that voiced Thrawn in Rebels. So, and he looks good too. I might have given him more of a hairline, like some extra makeup, you know, right there, maybe hair to about here. But still, he looks dope.
Vain. You have no power.
Oh, Sabine's got Ezra's lightsaber. But Shin knows she has no Force power.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
I'm not here to discuss my past.
Alright, well, that pretty much confirms Balin is a Jedi that survived Order 66 and is now very pissed off and uses the dark side and slaughters people.
We have a lot of work to do.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. That was dope. Now, we got a little bit of new information. There's definitely some old scenes, but again, like we just saw, what we originally thought was going to be the world between worlds turned out to be a room that evidently holds the key to finding Thrawn out in what is now going to be known as the New Beyond. So, and Balin and Shin look quite formidable, especially Balin. It would appear he was probably one of the more powerful Jedi that we hadn't seen before, but, you know, they're spread out all over the galaxy. It's not unusual for us not to see him. And I'll bet you he was probably quite far away from the core, more out on his own than most, which is probably how he survived where it was now. Whether Shin was his Padawan at the time, or whether he just ran across her, felt her power, and was like, I'm going to train this one, we don't know, but hopefully we'll find out at some point in the show. But we got Hera back, we got Chopper back, obviously Ahsoka, we got Sabine. I wonder if how much we're going to see Jason, Kanan, and Hera's son. Because that would be cool, because more than likely he also has some force powers thanks to Pops. So it'd be cool to see him too. Oh yeah, we saw that other guy in Mando 3, so they could bring him back too. Unfortunately, I can't remember his name because I'm me. So that trailer's hype. It's got me super hyped for the show. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. And again, while you're at it, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to my channel so you know anytime I am dropping new content. And in the meantime, like I always say, there's always a good time to be had when you're chilling in the basement.